Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Purge, is he unmuted? I can't.
Hear you.
Oh, Purge is here. Whoa, I was looking at your TeamSpeak icon. You were muted. Thank God Slacks has stopped talking. That's all I'm saying, because he was
like
going on
minutes.
some tangents at some point. I don't know what was going on, but my name is Bren. I'm going to be one of the casters for today, and of course joined by the lovely Purge.
Thanks for making it. I appreciated you being here, even though you're not actually here.
Yeah.
The magic of the internet.
Exactly. I'm still in the mountain time zone itself.
Okay.
I'm waking up at 5 PM every day, so it's not too much out of my schedule. But
how have you been liking Midas mode so far?
Oh, it's been incredible. I've been absolutely crying. I've had it up on my monitor most days, and it's actually been hilarious. Yeah. Some of the teams, some of the strats, like the bounties as well. I've been dying.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to see the Dire team over here random so many heroes, because it is about, at this point, their ability to get out of the group stage is winning as many games as possible, and the fact that they still random 3 heroes kind of blew my mind. And then they still got 3 really good heroes too. That was very surprising.
Randoming does seem to be very, very strong, to be honest.
But they've been so heavy stacked. Like I would love to see like a graph from Nahaz or something to show like how often the random hero is like on the expensive side. Because I feel like it's been consistent. I mean, we haven't seen a team random MOBA yet, or something like that.
Yeah.
You know? There's been so many randoms, but not yet. Nothing really weird.
Dota's in a weird place though, right? Because there's a lot of heroes that are very viable. So I mean, how many heroes are there that you wouldn't like to get? Like Meepo is one of them.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair thing to say. But you know, I just assumed there'd be more difficulty with these random teams to actually pull out wins. But it seems to be more skill based after all. Any impressions of the draft this one? What do you...
I mean, Liquid are just ballers at this point, aren't they? Look at this, the amount of money they're on Moonbucks wise, and they got a decent draft. Again, random 3 heroes straight off the bat, and still they've managed to get a pretty decent draft going. I'm excited for the Miracle Shadow feed as well. A couple of buffs coming out in the latest patch, at least the 7.07C. So his razors do a bit more stacking damage, and it's
for now it looks like GH is gonna help Miracle get some easy experience in last hits and stuff like that. But it is gonna be a CK with an IO in the mid lane. That's actually a pretty dangerous lane to lane against, because at any point the CK can dive the Shadow Fiend, and he's gonna need some backup to stay alive.
Yeah, that is tricky. You don't want to get Reality Rifted, the Chaos Bolt into it as well. I mean, you can already see it coming into effect. Just trying to harass him out. GH having to babysit him as well. Meanwhile, you got Matumba Man just soloing off against Kezu as well. He's going to be trying to farm as best as he possibly can. I mean, it's a little bit difficult as Drow, but he is a pro player at the end of the day. He should be able to be more than capable of it. But in the top lane, Cinderin could be button heads with Kuroki as well. Getting off a couple of stacks of decay as well, but forcing them away for the time being.
Yeah, they're going to be a little side pull as well. It's actually a really good offensive dual lane. We did see Razor and Viper matchup in a previous game, but it was a mid matchup, so this one's going to be a little bit different. It doesn't work so. Mid lane, they're going diving. Oh, big double
trying to go for the kill. Excellent. As well, going to be getting a trade in the end. 1 kill on either side. But Miracle's the one who draws the first blood. Yeah. We are going for the question marks in chat.
He got this like double raise here on 2 heroes. It did so much damage. Here's Wee. He's not happy with what he went for. Oh, he's going for the challenge. Okay, he's doing the thanks purge right now. He's buying his team 30 seconds here. Is he going to keep going?
What?
Is that it?
That's not thanks purge at all. What?
Yeah, it is. He was the first person to die in his team, so he's going to explain what he did that was wrong.
Okay, but like this is not the way you would format this. You wouldn't be saying Tomato wants to leave. Can we GG?
He's being a little negative. That's for sure.
Okay.
But, you know, it looks like he's completing the challenge. They just want money this game. And that's putting CK in this, like, 1v2 matchup, which isn't all bad. He's getting some good experience now.
I don't understand this with MidOrFeed, because they've got a lot of Moonbucks already. And if they lose this series, then they're just shooting themselves in the foot massively. I mean, are they out if they lose this series? There might be a kill here on the mid.
They just got to get some wins here. They got to get at least 1 win, and they got to get more wins than Navi to get out. That's basically how this works here. Stun a Miracle, though.
Ooh, 2 seconds. Gonna be forcing them back. They're all happy for the time being, and now we see a bit of a... Oh, Kuroki's in trouble, actually. Top room. We're going to see Cinder chasing him down. 12 stacks of decay. Going for those right clicks. He does so much damage because of the decay as well. Kuroki trying to get out of it. Ends up using the leech seed now onto Cinderin, trying to turn it with the tower shots, but Cinderin is playing this smart, just rotating around, and now
it's a good move.
He's going to TP out in front of him.
Would have been a little dangerous to go all in on the Treant there. The Living Armor, despite just being level 1 there, would have been enough to keep him. Ends up pressuring him at least. They're kind of trading, and as a result, that leaves Viper and Razor in a sort of 1v1 here. Man Control actually has quite a few more last hits, 15 and 7 versus 13 of Viper, so it definitely looks like Liquid's getting more last hits as a whole.
Yeah, Miracles have a okay, another Reality Rift, but oh my sweet mother of Christ, GH. He tried to go on him. He tried to go for Reality Rift, pulling him in, but he didn't even manage to get the Chaos Bolt off in time. That's that new stacks of damage coming in handy as well. Miracle just turning up where it counts.
And GH was super ready for that. I think Miracle had already put one raise on Tomato there.
Yeah,
so
he
that
did.
way, when he actually did get pulled in and stunned, it's an easy double raise for the closer and the short and the medium range raise. And it does 80 stack damage per raise there. So it just seems like he dies instantly. Doesn't actually, like, Shadow Fiend's actually good at pressure now, apparently.
He is helped out as well by the Drow Precision Aura as well. He's been doing some deep right, yeah, and whole 6 damage. GH wants to try and go for a kill onto Weehar as well, though, into the lane. A lot of the rotations coming in. Kezu as well. He is going to be mincemeat in the river.
Right. Well, they do get on the board at least. Still not the best circumstance for the start of the game, but they can recover. They just need to get some good pressure going, and CK Wisp is definitely the good combo to do this. They're going to rotate towards the mid lane, though. Miracle's in a little bit of trouble, maybe, but it's way too far back. Give up on this one.
Tomato not in a position to try and collapse onto Miracle. Tomato's going to just tease at the Reality Rift, trying to go for that last hit onto the range creep, but not quite. Miracle gets the deny off, and yeah, we're seeing Miracle really just taking charge in these lanes. Let's take a look at the other lanes as well. We can see this Viper Razor matchup. Why am I even talking about this again? One of the most boring matchups in the game, but all they do is kill creeps.
He's gonna steal his damage, and then Viper has to sit back and
on the mid. Miracle, 3-second stun. Synderen's there as well with the decay, pulling him back. They want to try and go for a bit more. The Hex onto Tomato. Nice double stun. Miracle with the raises. A lot of damage. A double kill. My goodness. They do finally bring him down with one right click, but they've already lost so many players, and they might just lose Kezu as well. Kezu just trying to run his wee little legs out of there, but GH has the stun. As well as that, the Plasma Field. Mind Control is happily able to claim another kill. Well played in the chat. Miracle are just singing their praises right now.
What a turnaround, man. That was actually incredible there, how they did that. It looked like Shadow Fiend had the IO on his team. That was basically a full stack of Magic Wand, I'm pretty sure. He had a Fairy Fire as well. He just stayed alive forever. Like, they just
I'm actually
can't kill him that
shocked
fast.
at how powerful this raise stacks are as well on the Shadow Fiend. It's actually kind of crazy.
It's just
the 80 damage
raises, it's over. That's like somebody's full HP.
Oh, they might want to try and go for a kill on the bottom lane here. The Nevertoxins, the rotations coming around, the TP out. No, do they have the damage? They do indeed. Matumba Man is going to fall. A lot of rotations, though, committed to get that kill, but trying to get a bit of gold on the board.
It's pretty worth it. I mean, they're going to kill the Catapult here. They can push forward with Treants and actually deal some damage to the tower. I mean, if they can get this tower really early, especially with the Treant Protector on the enemy team, that'd be a huge advantage. The tower's dead, you can't heal back up, so I think just commit a little bit of time here. Yes, they're getting less last hits in the safe lane, but they wouldn't lane that well against the Razor anyway, so this is a really worthy move.
Lift coming out as well as the living armor as well onto the tower, so it's going to be slightly healed up, but no rotations right now. Still a lot of players just hammering down from MidOrFeed onto this tier 1 tower, and they're just going to let it go. They don't want to even fight it. They don't want any part of this fight.
So I think the hardest thing about this for Liquid is that this makes Matumba Man's way to get levels and gold a little bit harder, but the other benefit to that is he's already level 6 on Draw Ranger, so he's actually kind of fine. He could very easily just hit up jungles if he really needs to. And in the meantime, Liquid's going to start trading on the other side of the map.
Yeah, they're going to start to pressure down that tier 1 tower. And it's already heavily going down. No rotations coming out apart from on the mid lane, so I imagine this top tier 1 is going to be falling. Indeed it does. They don't get the last hit, which always makes me cringe a little bit, but we'll see as we see Synderen just camping around Miracle. They might try and go for a play. Tomato doesn't have the back of the eye. Goes for the Reality Rift onto Miracle. Nice stun as well. A lot of damage from Wee, but Miracle is so weak now. That Reality Rift negative armor. Synderen's go for the right click, but he can't quite find it. Miracle running away. The living armor now on him. Kezu going in with the teleportation as well. They do find the kill. A whole load of rotations to try and get it, and GH will be next. Tomato committing the Chaos Bolt. But Tomato, like he said, he's in trouble. Getting right click down. So weak, but Matumba Man's just fed instead. 3 kills now going towards MidOrFeed, but here comes Mind Control. Wants to try and get some payback. Comes in with the Plasma Field, brings down Tomato again. Going to be using to try and steal a bit of that damage as well. Running them down with the Eye of the Storm. So close, but he doesn't get the kill. 4 deaths on the side of Liquid. And now Kuroki trying desperately to kill Synderen. Miracle's back in the fight. He's TP'd up But I don't know if he's fast enough to get the kill onto Synderen. Might just be able to catch him with a raise or two. I mean, this is Mr. 10K over here trying to run him down. Synderen, is he fast enough? 350 movement speed. Miracle slightly faster, goes for the raise, but doesn't quite have enough damage.
Yeah, he knew he needed a right click and a raise, but running high ground like that was just pretty dangerous at this point. If IO shows up and turns that around, actually they're going to go on Miracle.
They're trying for it. The Sprout, he's blocked up as well. He can't go anywhere. The raise, but he's rallied to Rifted to the low ground. They didn't actually mean to do that, but they go for the reality of the negative armor.
IO goes down.
Oh my goodness, everyone's dying all over the place. A killing spree now for Own Me. And I don't even know what the heck is going on anymore. That
was weird. That was pretty funny. All the way down to the river. Pretty committed at that point. Nice. Good thing that Viper was there on the top of the river to actually block him in. And now the game just got crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked so good for Liquid at the start, but these last two engagements have been amazing.
Well, look at this as well. Going to be using that Viper Strike onto GH, trying to slow him down, but Mind Control is definitely there. He's got that static blink. He's stealing up the damage onto Own Me. 3 seconds stun from Tomato, but no attempt to try and go on to him for the time being. Just backing off, farming, and playing it safe.
I always got an earn as well, so any goes they have are pretty strong.
They want to try and go for another kill. This is just constant team fighting as well. Mind Control so weak, almost dying as well. The Nature's Prophet ulti. Tomato wants to try and run him down as well. Reality Rift onto him, hexed up. Oh my goodness, he's destroyed. GH was definitely there. Now Mind Control wants to go for more as well. Static Link onto Owns Me, running down the mid lane. A lot of damage, but he's slowed up. It's going to be body blocking Own Me. So weak. Synderen comes in with the decay now. The Sprout keeping him in place. Another kill. It's a game of feeds here. PPD was not messing around when he said feed or feed, but I think Liquid have taken a few pages out of their book.
What is happening, man? That's one of the negatives of Razor, is that if you commit to these kinds of engagements and you don't get the kill, you just end up dying. And maybe another one now.
Another one, surely. Tombstone as well was committed onto it. The Viper Strike with the Nether Toxin, they're all falling down. As well as the Tier 1 tower onto mid. They're going to glyph it up, of course. Got refreshed after the Tier 1 bottom fell, but, I mean, whoosh. What is even happening in this game?
This draft is working super well for MidOrFeed, clearly. Like, they did this on purpose. They ran 3 heroes that work perfectly together, more or less. And they just run at their opponents. And if Liquid does get a little out of position, they get put in a really bad spot. And right now, they don't really have a lot of good ways to stop MidOrFeed from running at them. It's basically 2-3 Shadow Raises is a good way, but now Miracle has been pressured so much that he's got to go get some farm. And then Razor can, yes, do some stuff, but he needs a little bit of backup, and there isn't really anybody that can coincide with that. Drought can't stop them from running at him. It's just hard right now for Liquid.
A lot of global presence as well from MidOrFeed as well. They've got the relocate. They've got the teleportation on Kezu as well. They're pinging out in this bottom area. They are looking maybe to try and get a kill or 2, but instead backing off as they realise there's plenty of rotations about. In fact, GH is even smoking up with Miracle. They're looking for a bit of an advantage on this mid lane.
Pretty good smoke. I mean, he's got Impale as well as Figure of Death. They could get a kill on the Razor here. He's got 3 points in Corrosive Skin. He's very tanky as well, so it'll be hard, but they definitely can get him. Drum of Endurance now for Razor, so at least some movement speed there, and maybe... Now, Crow's just kind of waiting on the bot lane, just watching.
Yeah, Liquid right now sitting with a 2 tier 1 deficit, but they've only traded it for the one in the upper lane. Top lane, Tomato has also bought some Drums of Endurance. That's interesting.
Yeah. Common item in this game. Yeah. There's also a Dire Scan there. They spotted the Drow Ranger near the shrine, so I think they're expecting some AFK farmers. Kezu's going to go look, doesn't notice anybody, but now they see the Drow. They can make the assumption that they walked there.
Maybe some pressure on Synderen bottom. Oh, they're looking like they want to go for this relocate as well. Synderen ends up going down into the bottom lane, but they've also relocated into the mid, but nobody is there. Mind Control just waters its way past through the river. So the relocate is wasted, and now they're just waiting patiently. GH is there to stun the silence. The finger committed. Kezu, it's a trap, man. He's been brought down. A double kill. Now Liquid find a third. And now Tomato desperately trying to equalize it out, but there's so many players around him. Tomato will fall. A double kill for Mind Control. Own Me trying to DP out. GH has the stun. He's not getting away. A triple kill for him. And this is just, honestly, I said it earlier, a game of throws. It is a game of throws. These teams are just throwing bodies at each other and just seeing what happens.
Yeah, that was big loss of opportunity for MidOrFeed there. I mean, first they waste the relocate. They're not even close to catching the Razor. And then they go top lane and take a fight where right at the start Kezu dies and that Wisp as well. So that was even greedy in the first place. And they just couldn't even kill the Drow in time. She just TP's out. Really good escape there. And that's pretty much the only negative of the heavy randoms, is that we are seeing a lot of lineups that lack stuns. That's costing MidOrFeed now.
So Tomato's now going for the blade mail item-wise. These are, I mean, I don't know about you, but I would consider these unusual items on Chaos Knight.
Yeah.
The drum of endurance, a blade mail. I mean, what's the thought process here? Is this because of the overwhelming burst damage, or?
I think it's a decent way to deal with Razor, because you're going to reflect a lot of physical damage to him. He doesn't have the highest armor. It could be really good against Shadow Fiend as well.
Kezu, he's rooted up, man. The overgrowth is there. Kuroki, Miracle's there with the razors as well. So they bring him down.
Miracle did take a lot of damage from the blade mail. I think that it can work there, but getting the kill and dealing the damage is sometimes tough. They're going to spot him, though.
Oh,
they could TP this here.
And he's stunned. Reality Rift. Oh, they didn't go for the stun of. Oh, that's the trouble with Chaos Knight. Because of the cast point is so long, you can't go for those long-range stuns to cancel it out. That was the only thing they could do. But he just gets away, just with a hair, just to breathe.
If he was there a little earlier on the Chaos Knight, they could have definitely gotten that kill. That's pretty costly, because in that same time, Liquid pushes top, gets a tier 2, so even more map control for them. That one team fight top for MidOrFeed really killed their tempo advantage here.
They were looking strong, but Liquid, I mean, they're sitting at a tasty 6k gold lead. There are a lot of rotations. In fact, every member of MidOrFeed right now at this bottom tier 2 tower, they want to try and bring it down. Kuroki just waiting patiently, invis in the back lanes. Relocate somewhere. Where the heck are they going over here? What is going on? What?
I'm gonna post a dust. He misclick.
Nice.
His item to his skill. I mean, they're just losing racks right now.
I mean, what is going on?
This would be a great time to possibly relocate some cores back to the base, but yeah, I don't think that's going to be doable anymore.
Maybe
he's trying to do the use every ult on one hero.
Yeah, but there was no heroes there, unless they confused the hero of a tower. The way they're playing, I wouldn't put it past them. But Kuroki
doing such a good job, just watching their characters. He can't interrupt Sin. He's trying to pick up all the TPs.
A lot of people trying to rotate here. The dive as well into this top lane. Yeah, they're going to be finding a kill onto Odinme. Now Kezu's trying to go for those right clicks, but look at this. The Blade Mail putting in work here. The Eye of the Storm is working against Mind Control. They've done so much damage to him from these Blade Mail pickups. They bring him down with ease.
Well, that's really good use of the item, at least. Reflects some damage eventually. I didn't see Decro interrupt any of the teleports. It doesn't look like that, actually. Just kind of watched them and said, guys, by the way, they're coming back. Good luck. And that's all.
Oh my goodness. Cinderin, is he finished in the top lane here? I mean, GH is running them down. Silent step as well. A lot of rotations forced out. Tomato's coming back. Kezu with the teleportation as well. Just trying to save him.
Tomato's doing a lot of running at heroes to try to get it disabled, but he's having trouble getting there fast enough. Maybe if he went for, like, I don't know, maybe phase boots is too crazy, but treads is almost always the right choice. He's having a lot of trouble being impactful, and now Draw Ranger even has a Shadow Blade, a really fast Shadow Blade, which kind of solves a lot of these vision problems. You know, if a relocate comes, you Shadow Blade and maybe run the way they don't expect you to. It's just very tough for MidOrFeed right now. It's just a huge 7k advantage now for Liquid.
And they're just taking towers up. They're just basically ripping them away from MidOrFeed. There's nothing they can do to try and defend it at this point because Liquid are that much stronger. I mean, they've still got the global presence going for them with the relocates and the teleports, so they can react to a lot of what Liquid are doing. But, I mean, they are just slamming in the tower damage. This is the trouble with a Drow draft. They might want to go for Matumba Man in the top lane, though. Already the Dust preemptively. Do they have anything to cancel up this TP? Matumba Man is happily out of there. No one within the vicinity to try and cancel that one up. Tomato, I think, says my bad in response.
Yeah, I mean, he was bottom, and what he did was he did deny the tier 2, so it's not all bad, but yeah, they definitely need kills more than anything else. IO might be in trouble.
Yeah, they might want to try and go for a kill or two. Mind Control, I mean, he's backed off. The Eye of the Storm was popped off preemptively.
Kind of a cool build,
can't quite find it.
Goes Helm of the Dominator, and now he's going to run out with the Centaur creep to let him stun and chase General. Interesting build. They're going to catch the Wisp, though. They've
caught him. He's gone. Raindrops can't save you from that, man. And now, I mean, there's a lot of rotations coming on Miracle and Kuroki into the bottom lane. Tomato, in fact, spots Kuroki, gets the Reality Rift and the stun off. A lot of negative armor debuffs onto him. Kuroki should be falling here. Indeed, he does. Cinderin with the life rip just basically finishes him up quite easily. Now Miracle is has it gone for the caster build here? I mean, it's an interesting one.
It's a bit of a mix, I suppose. I mean, he did go the spell amp at 10, but 10% for a Shadow Fiend. Now when his raise stacking is this high, this seems like the gimme, the obvious thing to do on Shadow Fiend now. But he's going a little bit different. Sanjay Nyasha into BKB now. He's thinking about trying to kill Tomato here. Probably hoping he'll dodge the stun. I mean, he can play around and maybe get this kill here if Yelp kills him. Yeah, he's waiting for it.
Come in. Blink Dagger as well. 3-second stun. Tomato The magic wand. Kezu, he rotates. Now we see a sprout available. Miracle doesn't have a TP. It's not corner. Oh my goodness. The raise, the blind raise onto Tomato. It brings him down. Cinder, and he drops the tomb. They need this kill. They need to try and turn it. But Miracle, he's hightailing it out of there. He's so fast with the Sanj. The Requiem. Cinder and Mike just fall here. The raise. The double kill. Mr. 10k MMR. He's hightailing it. He's out of there. The living armor keeping him alive. And now the rotations are coming out. So this might just be disastrous for MidOrFeed, as they have found at the root as well. God. We are falls. Kezu desperately trying to go, finally gets the kill. Thankfully, because of the blade mail. But Kezu now starting to rotate as well. Odemi coming on to him. Kuroki as well. Now we see a bit of a relocate as well into the backlines. Will come back into the fight. It was a buyback from him to relocate in and try and secure that one, try and steal the kill. A lot of kills going all over the place.
Yeah, some weird stuff too. Just Miracle basically outskilling everybody there. He was going to try to play out and kill the Chaos Knight, but Tomato getting overconfident, coming back into the fight. He wanted the gold, he wanted the experience in it. Just resulted in more Shadow Fiend advantage. Like, his net worth advantage right now is insane.
It's mental. It's honestly mental. I love seeing Shadow Fiend in competitive these days, because it feels like it's been such a long time since we've seen Shadow Fiend in play. But when it's played,
this tournament.
Not this tournament.
It's going to be expensive
absolutely
by the
not.
end of this. It's got to be like the 3rd or 4th Shadow Fiend game that we've seen, I think. And it's always like a last phase pick because he's inexpensive and better than his cost. They could catch GH. He's got a blink though.
They spotted it. They smoked up. GH, the Reality Rift, of course, does no damage, so he just blinked his way out of it, waited for it, but now we see the teleportation. Mind control's there though. Immediate hex onto Kezu, but he's sprouted up now. Mind control's in between them, but GH with the finger of death. Kezu is brought down, sent straight to the back of the respawn queue. Do we see any rotations? Mind control very weak. GH at least will fall here. Mind control with the urn on him as well will just tick down. So MidOrFeed, they get some critical kills. They did need that.
That was actually completely worth it by Kezu. Do that great TP in with the instant blade mail. It provided this like really weird situation for Liquid. They wanted to kill him instantly. It looked like a terrible move, but they didn't want to trade all this HP in exchange. And picking up 2 heroes like that in exchange for a profit when you're losing, absolutely worth it here.
How winnable is this game still for MidOrFeed?
They
like
can
sitting
win.
in the situation that they're looking
at. They just have to keep getting big kills. Kills on Drow Ranger, kills on Shadow Fiend, things like that. They're going to try to go on Matumba Man.
Yeah, they've spotted him with
They do have a
Omni.
dust actually. He's not going to use it. I think Matumba Man realized that his aura, or his ultimate passive was gone, maybe. Popped the invis as a result.
Oh, Tomato jumps on him. Do they have the stun for this? They do indeed. The Aegis is gone. And
this was a huge mistake.
Oh boy, he's surrounded behind enemy lines almost, but not quite. Still on the Radiant side. However, they want to go for a few more. This tier 2 mid will be eating a ton of damage. The Treants are there. Tomato's got his Phantasms as well. And they're starting to get a bit tanky, starting to get a bit dangerous.
There's just no more Drow Ranger for 40, so they don't even hit that hard right now. This is actually very difficult for Liquid to take this fight now.
Luckily, got GH as well to purge away the illusions with the Hex, but and of course the mana drain. But still, all these creeps pushed in. They look like they want to try and turn this. GH is leading in the charge of his Blink Dagger, but he's really deep now behind enemy territory. Cinderin was waiting with perfection. The Tombstone dropped down. GH is gone. They've lost a lot of control, and now Mind Control might be next. 3 seconds stunned. The decay is stacked up. Tomato with the Reality Rift deletes him off the map.
God, did they play that well. Undying in the perfect position. The Tombstone goes down. As soon as the Static Link comes out, he used Hurricane Pike to break it, and at that point, Razor is screwed. He doesn't have enough damage. He doesn't have enough survivability. They have all this minus armor. They can just kind of pull Liquid in and out of the fights here as long as they take kind of bad engagements.
Kuroki's
going to start it.
Overgrowth. Requiem into it. Miracle. He pops off the BKB, but doesn't even need it. A double kill. Immediate TP as well out for Owns Me. Does not want to go anywhere near Miracle's Shadow Fiend right now because that man is an absolute beast. That's the amount of items he's picking up.
The only guy that hasn't been killed in a silly way in the last 3 minutes, it's Miracle. And he finally shows up BKB and gets a huge double kill. Stops a little bit of tempo there from MidOrFeed. They're up by 9k still. It's a large amount, but if Liquid keeps playing sloppy here, MidOrFeed can get back in this game. Because in the super late game situations, it's mostly going to be Shadow Fiend as a strong core. Drow's going to give a decent impact, as will Razor. But I feel like MidOrFeed can be a little competitive here. Maybe not in right clicks, they might have issues, but they gotta stop dying in ways that they shouldn't, basically.
Yeah. I mean, IO as well gives you tons of potential as well to take these team fights in lots of different ways.
Shadow Fiend doesn't waste relocate.
Yeah, especially if it doesn't relocate on the same spot, that would be very helpful. Unless they're trying to do that challenge where they use all their ults on the same hero. But I mean, how would you even do that with MidOrFeed's lineup here? What have they got here?
Phantasm, Viper, the double dusted. Did they actually catch him? No, they didn't actually. Crow was gone.
Crows out of there. He's happy. He's going to be running his way in between the trees. Been vizzed up.
Well, they do deward at least. That's a small advantage in evasion, actually, for the Shadow Fiend this game. It's a good move, I think. I mean, if he's magic immune and he has 20% evasion, that's going to be pretty survivable against heroes like Chaos Knight, Viper, Prophet. Even like Tombstone Zombie hits are going to be a little bit harder.
Okay. Nice scan comes out from Liquid, so they do recognize that someone was in the river, in the riverside. Rotation's kind of out. GH might still be in a bit of a troubling scenario. I mean, he's got the Blink Dagger, but is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. He just narrowly dodges Onmi's right-click attack, and it's going to be fine. Just happily skipping his way through the river. Back to the safe clutches of Miracle.
Well, it seems like Chaos Knight's on a pretty good trajectory now. Treads are finished, he's got armor, he's got a wand. He's going to go for Echo Saber into Deso. He's all about minus armor this game. In fact, most of their lineup is kind of heading this way. Prophet thinking about getting an AC as well. So maybe a little bit of different items than we would expect normally, but they will spot GH with that Sprout, I think, and maybe we'll see them go for the fight.
Cinderin as well is going to get stunned up. Liquid is there. They're ready and waiting. Cinderin is fallen once again. Reality from Tomato with the Phantasms. Mind Control will be destroyed. 1v1 very easy for the time being. GH blinks into the tower range. TP's away. There's nobody there to cancel that one out. Very well played by him. He will get away with his life.
And it looked really good for Liquid, but losing a Razor for a support Undying is actually really good for the MidOrFeed. So I don't think they're too unhappy about that one. Good reaction. I would say at this point, basically, Liquid just needs to keep pushing in lanes. Crow's doing a good job scouting out enemies, but they have to make good choices because with the IO in the game, it's pretty easy for them to react to team fights, and it's very easy for Liquid to overcommit to team fights if you get Tombstone down. That's why they jumped on Cinderin so hard there, because they know if there's no Tombstone, it should be a pretty straightforward fight. But MidOrFeed's reacting pretty well to all these engagements, despite the big gold deficit.
Yeah, not taking too many risks, just very much grouping around as a 5, and even when they're not, they've got, you know, Kezu is by himself, but of course he can just teleport straight into any engagements they might take. They've got Relocate as well to answer at a moment's notice, and we see it's Liquid still just trying to play the farm game, slow and steady. Liquid, you know, Miracle League sitting at this massive gold lead right now. Almost 17k gold on this guy, and he's got Treant just being fed to him. I don't know what the thought process is by Kezu here. Just, I want to feed Miracle as much gold as possible. Maybe mid lane GH. Yeah, he's going to be ganked up as well. Weeha ends up claiming that kill.
That's a lot of gold going to their team, actually. Every kill that they get against Liquid is huge. The scary thing for MidOrFeed, other than losing your Chaos Knight in the top lane, is that Miracle's going to have a butterfly finish in a second. His evasion is going to be so much that it's going to be difficult for MidOrFeed to even hit the guy.
Yeah, I mean, they can't rely on the magic damage as well that they've got, which isn't even there, to be honest, because of the BKB that he's got. So, I mean, who's the MKB carrier right now for them?
Chaos Knight is going to have to buy one at some point. It's not a great item. I mean, you could hypothetically... I think what Tomato should probably do is buy MKB instead of Echo Saber, but he's just began his purchase, so might be committed here. Kuro maybe in trouble bottom.
Well, he's going to get dusted up. He's TPing, trying to get out of it. There's no stun available to them. The Relocate was just too late. I mean, they didn't even have a stun as well to try and cancel that out. So
that Relocate was like 5 seconds too late. No stuns. They needed to be there to damage him to death. Not even close.
Well, they spotted Wii now as well. Silence out onto him. Plasma Field. Mind Control going to try and run him down. The Ghost Scepter saved him momentarily, but not quite enough. Mind Control ends up finishing him up. So, going to be bringing down the IO is a pretty big pick. Now you don't have to worry about the Relocate, even though they did just use it. But it's now they can start to pressure down a few of these towers. But Kuroki in the bottom lane. The Viper Strike just missed him from the TP. Overgrowth as well. Connects onto a few of them. 4 staffs away. Kuroki might just try and run his way to the safe clutches of the Shrine. Going to be using it now. GH rotates. Miracle's there with them. The Tombstone is dropped down and the TPs are immediately coming out. Anything to cancel this up. GH manages to find one. Cinderin is going to be falling.
Well, that was a really good escape there by Kuro, but yeah, big disable problems. If the Viper Strike doesn't get dodged there, yes, Kuro's going to die, but get caught. There's the TP looking for Matumba Man. Oh, the late dust.
They have caught him, though. I do know Matumba Man's up there, but nobody is in vicinity to try and catch him.
That was a big mistake, I think. If he would have dusted first and then gone for the Sprout, I'm quite sure he would have been able to kill Matumba Man.
Yeah.
Because CK would have been able to catch up. Maybe we see a Silence or a Gust on the Chaos Knight to prevent the stun, but pretty costly error there. That would have been a really nice carry kill. He's also going Butterfly. It's just like evasion all across the board here on Liquid side.
Yeah, he's finally built it up. And now the next item on the list, what is that going to be? Is that a Shiva's? I don't even know anymore. What is Dota 2? But they're going on the mid lane. Again, another kill going their way as GH falls. But these support kills, it doesn't seem like much. Miracle's in the vicinity, though. Did they even realize this? They're going to reality rift him forward. Kuroki was there. It was the bait and switch. They've stunned him up. They've rooted him up. My controller's in the back lines. Tomato. Whoa, great save. Wonderful relocate by Weeha. They still want to try and take this fight, though. The route onto Owns Me. The relocate is not possibly there. Do they have him? Are they going to bring him back into this fight, or are they just going to leave him in there? They leave him in there. And Weeha will try and get away by himself, but he is stunned up, silenced even, I should say, with the gust. He's trying to dodge and juke them, but mind control is ready and waiting. And meanwhile, while all this was going down, Miracle is finding even more kills. It's going to be a double kill for him. Mind control picks up the double as well. They finish up this tombstone, and now they can look to just try and run down these racks.
Man, they are just dealing so much damage here. I don't even think they can stop Shadowfiend here. He's just going to right-click.
He's going to run them down. It's honestly ridiculous. Tomato. The buyback's coming out as well. We are desperately trying to save Tomato here, but he just gets brought down instantly. The Ghost Scepter did save Weeha. He's TPing somewhere down to the shrine trying to save his life, but it's not good enough. Immediate buyback from Onmi as well. Gonna try and see if he can salvage anything out of this team fight. Onmi does not have the blame mail. They mind control. He's slowed up. He's got that plus armor as well, though, from the living armor. Now he's sprouted, though. Kezu comes in with a TP rotation. So they do get one kill. However, they've already lost the mid racks. Miracle's going and slamming into this top racks as well. So the buildings are just falling rapidly at that. Matumba Man is going to find another kill onto Kezu as well, hexed up, even though it's finding it a bit difficult to kill him. The taunt, GH gets the kill steal with the Finger of Death. I think it's safe to say this game is firmly within Liquid's clutches.
Yeah, it looks quite over to me here. 50% evasion on the Shadow Fiend, and they're all right-click based. They don't have that many damage items either. It's just not looking great here. Just one last rack set. They may delay this because they're missing a Razor, but I don't know, maybe there's some challenges they can complete, seal an Aegis, and
what can they do?
Denied neutrals. That challenge is still available for Liquid here. But MidOrFeed does have control. They can GG early if that's what they're interested in. Yeah, I'm going to actually agree. I didn't see a whole lot of W's from the Nether Talks. I think the skills should be picked up. Like, I think you should get at least one of these early on, right? Doesn't apply breaks at any level, I'm quite sure.
Yeah,
so,
it does.
I mean, it's useful against Shadow Fiend. You could remove his presence of the Dark Lord. You could use it against, I guess, does Drow Rage work? Maybe not. Not sure,
I'm not too sure.
There's quite a few passives here that you can get broken from your enemies.
They might be going for a challenge here in the Roche pit. They're gonna get the Roche kill with ease. Are they gonna leave the Aegis? No, they're keen. Right. They want to win.
So he grabs the Aegis here. He's gonna try to die to neutrals. If the enemy team doesn't GG.
Oh, still Miracle. They're gonna try and go for the kills onto him. Miracle's here. Pops the BKB preemptively, trying to get his way out of there. Meanwhile, GH, as you mentioned, he has this Aegis. He's running his way to the neutrals. There's only one neutral there, though. This is going to be such a long kill. They're pinging him all over the place. The relocates, they're chasing GH down. They know exactly where he's going to be going, but GH, he's juked him. Matumba Man, will they find this kill? Will they get it? He's got the Reality Rift negative armor debuff, slowing him down as well, pulling him back, but Kuroki is there with the overgrowth. Now Miracle coming back in with the Shiva's Guard, blinks up to the high ground. The cheese was ate by Matumba Man. It's the bait and switch. The tombstone now going to be dropped down by Cinder, and Cinder desperately trying to see if they can get any kills out of this fight, but nobody is dying just yet. Meanwhile, GH still desperately trying to suicide to the neutral creeps with this Aegis. He's trying to kill himself, but it's taking such a long time. Weeha is going to die on this mid lane. 2 mind controls passive straight up, and that was a lot of abilities used. Is he? No way! Are they going to kill him? Surely. Finally. Okay.
Challenge completed. All right.
They did it. Well done. Not like they needed the money or anything. These guys are high rollers, but I mean that was
a good minute out of combat for GH. That would have been a good time for him to actually take a team fight, but didn't need the help, I guess. This may just be the end of the game here.
Yeah.
One last fight.
Well, Tomato used up by GH. I think GH wants to try and steal this kill, but Miracle with the Requiem will find that one. I mean, he's got buyback, but how long do you want to prolong the inevitable here? Cinderin gets the TP off. Wow, he's going to survive. Surprising. But they do get another kill onto Kezu as well. That's no buyback for Kezu. And meanwhile, only 1 Rax they've got to get left. And Miracle is just going to run down the rest of these players. I think they just want them to GG out here. Look at this. They're just no mercy. Finding them into their spawn. The Yules, great stun timing by GH. The Plasma Field as well. A lot of damage. This is the time to tap out, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Please stop prolonging the inevitable Cinder, and we get it. You're a pro player.
Oh, Miracle's going to... Oh, that was really close. All right. I don't think MidOrFeed knows this, but they are allowed to press GG. I think they're kind of elongating this one a little bit. Maybe they're just trying to pad their moonbucks. They want the most moonbucks in the game.
Possibly.
Is that their strategy here?
Well, moonbucks are useless if you're eliminated from the tournament, so I don't know what their strategy is.
You will always have those moonbucks. If anything, you're eliminated with a giant pile of moonbucks before you're allowed to spend them.
Well, I mean, they're